Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Create with Steve I. Today we are going to set up a 6-month planner. Let me just explain to you what that is. So this planner is getting chunky. I still have 3 months left to go, but it's already getting chunkified. So I was going to put 2 extra months in here, and I was going to put 2 extra months in this backup one that I have, and I also have another backup one that I was going to put 2 months in. So then by the end of the 3 years, I would be starting my planners in January like everybody else. I started this planner in July because I didn't get it until I think it was May or June of 2025. So I decided to start this in July. So it's gone from July and it goes to June. I still have 3 months to go and it's getting pretty hefty. I was going to try and fit months in those, but it's getting too much. I think it's going to be too much. So what I decided I wanted to do was I bought these covers off of Facebook DStash because I really like the discs on here. So I'm going to use that as the cover, and I have these these extra discs. So I decided what I'm going to do is, instead of putting 2 months in each one of these planners, I'm just going to take all 6 months and I'm going to put them on here, and I'm going to make just a 6-month planner to carry me to the end of 2025. So then when I start this one brand new, it'll be in 2026. I'll be starting this one in January. So to start with, we are going to put the discs on this. If you've never put discs on covers before, they're actually pretty easy. Just put them on. One thing I love about the disc system is that they're easy on, easy off. You can change covers, you can change discs, you can add pages, you can take pages away. It's just so simple to use. So alright, so there is the bare bones of a planner. So I've got all 6 months set out right here. So I'm gonna start with, actually that one's gonna go over there. Okay, so we are gonna start with December. It's a little tricky at first when you're first putting the first one on, because the discs are going to want to wobble on you. But that's okay, you can get it going. So if you hold the discs, you can get the pages to go on properly. I think. Yeah, okay, I got that on. So December, and then November. This came from a travel themed one. Although I covered this with scrapbook paper because I love palm trees. Palm trees are my favorite. I actually covered this one too, because some of the ones I covered from this travel themed one because I didn't like some of the dividers, so I just covered them with scrapbook paper. All right, September. August. And then July. These did not go on properly. Okay. So it's just a tiny little planner, but it's fine. It'll work perfectly for me, and I can add some stuff in there. So we have the planner ready to go. Now, I have already gone through and whited out all the dates and everything, so I don't have to worry about all of that later, or I don't have to do all that now. So then, because I do have some extra dividers, what I'm going to do is I have some labels here, and I'm going to write on here tracker, and then cut them, and I'm going to put tracker right across there. So I have a folder for my trackers. So I put the trackers generally at the back. There's a couple I do keep in the front, but in general, I keep the trackers in the back. So I need to do that on this side as well. Sorry, guys. So then what I do is I put my trackers behind here at the back. Now the first tracker is a financial one, so I'm not going to show it to you because that's just not something I'm going to share. So then I need to make some other trackers. I'm going to put this over there out of the way. So I need to make an exercise tracker, which I'll show you how I do that. I'm going to use some of these funky letters. Now I might misspell this because I'm not the world's best speller. I guess we'll use a yellow E to start. So you can use a ruler trick to try to get them straight. Even with the ruler, I still don't do a very good job, but we're gonna try. E, X. Okay, so I stopped and decided I was going to make sure how to spell this because I don't want it to look silly by not having it spelled properly. So E-X-E-R C S and then E. Okay. And then if you rub that in, you can just pull this off and it'll come off and those will stay on there. Oops. Okay, so I'm gonna do an exercise tracker. So then T. hopefully get this even. And I don't know what is wrong with both of those purple E's, but they both ripped when I was trying to take them off. So I guess we're gonna have to use a yellow and then an R. Okay. Oops. Exercise is not one of my favorite things to do, so I do not actually have a exercise stickers to put on here for fun, but that's okay. I'm gonna draw. Actually, let me see if I can find some fun washi. I think what I'll use is this black washi that I got from Planything. Isn't that nice? Okay, so then what I do for my exercise tracker is I get the, oops, I'm sorry. You can't see a thing. I get it like that. Okay. And I do one section for each day of the week. So that would be Monday. This will be Tuesday. This one will be Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. Saturday. And Sunday. So then I give it 3 lines. And I write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so then, what I do is I do a line for each week. And then the days that I exercise, I put a dot in the square where I exercise. So this is what it's going to look like when it's in use. I'll show you. Oops, I knocked my camera. I'll show you what it looks like when it's in use. Like this. So you can see all the dots are the days that I exercise, and the ones that aren't are the days I didn't. So some days, some weeks I'm great, some weeks I am not, and isn't that how it always is with everybody? And as you can tell, I'm not perfect, and some are a little off. Oops. And that's gonna be okay. I think what I should do, I bought a pad of dot grid paper because you can do so much more with dot grid versus lined. However, I think what I'm gonna do is buy a pack of lined paper too, because doing this, I mean, I can do this easily with on lined paper, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't have to write all the, or draw all the boxes. I just have to cover up those little ones at the top or whatever. Okay, so I don't know if I need to go on the back or not, so let's see, because it's going to be the end of this month, I mean this year, so I'm not going any further, so I can use this little dollar store planner to figure out what weeks. Okay, so we're going to start off with, I don't think I have alphabet stickers that are small enough to write or put here, so I'm just going to write it. So we'll do June 30th to July 6th. Okay, everybody, so this is the final look of, that is going to be the 6 months of the exercise tracker. I will put it in my 6-month planner. Okay. So the next tracker I'm going to do is an insomnia tracker. I struggle with insomnia, sometimes bad and sometimes not so bad. So I am going to put this on here. Some of these letters are hard to navigate. I would use the ruler trick, but I was just using it with that pen, and I don't want to get ink all over my page like I was doing, so and look at that, I'm doing a terrible job of getting this straight, which I generally do. Okay. All right. I like to tell people it is my, what do you call it? To try to keep myself, I'm not perfect, and so things aren't going to turn out perfect. I do like to believe there is such a thing as, oops. There's no such thing as perfection, so I can't be perfect. And you know what? One thing I like to do that I haven't done in a while that I need to get back to because I really enjoy it. I like the look of it, and I'm not good at doing them letters straight, is doing them like all crooked and askew and stuff like that. I need to get back to that because I am really bad at doing this straight. So I'm spelling out tracker so that because I'm going to do it backwards, and I might forget how to spell it because I'm not that good of a speller. Have I said that before? If I haven't, here is your thing. I am a terrible, well, not terrible, but I'm just not the best speller. And especially when I'm not doing it in order when I'm going backwards. There is a chance that I could mess it up. Let's get these little pieces out. Oop, see? See? Okay, so for my insomnia tracker, I am going to do, I think I want to do this green right here for the washi tape. Okay. Actually, I am going to pull out my little handy dandy straight edge and see if I can cut this out because I don't want to punch it just for this tiny little thing. I'm not always the best at punching. Oops. Ugh. I think that'll be okay. I hate this little tool. Someone was raving about it, and so I figured I'd give it a try. I can tell you, I do not like it. I don't like the way it cuts. I don't like the way it operates. So, anyway, there we go. So that is that. Okay. And then I'll just do the same thing I did before, only this time I am not going to use that pen. I'm just going to use a regular ballpoint pen because it makes a mess and gets things everywhere. So let me line that up. Oop. Ha! And I drew all over that. Oh well. There's nothing I can do about that right now. Okay, so here is my tracker for the 6 months, and I am going to put it here with my other tracker. I have some other trackers in my planner that I'm using right at the moment that will go in there when I get there. Like I've got some scratch paper to put in there. My word of the year will transfer over to this one. This is my countries and states that I visited tracker, and this one will get transferred over. This is the happy planner year. This will probably get transferred over. And then here in the back, I have a swatch sheet for the Crayola Super Tips, which will go over there. I think that's the only one in here that will get transferred over. Yeah, everything else will stay there. Now, one thing I didn't do that I'll do with you guys on here, or when I was first setting this up, I didn't do, is I put tracker on here. However, I need a piece of paper because on the back of here is a monthly page. So what I do is I put a paper here, and then what I do is I glue it and I will put this sticker paper on the back, or back here, so I can go to the edge. What I do is I'll glue this whole page. Oops. And then if you just let it fall, it's supposed to fall. It's not perfect. It's never perfect, but it's good enough where that's on there, so then it covers up. You see, it'll cover up that. And then what I usually do is I'll just write tracker here, and then I'll list the different trackers I have down here. So I got that done. And actually, because I didn't do, well, I guess that doesn't matter. Okay. So later on, I'll just write down a tracker list so I know what's in here if I ever want to look at it. Anyway, that's what I do. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.